Hello, and welcome to Community Conversation. I'm your host, Christine Johnson, and today we're talking about the Juneteenth holiday. So as some of you may know, Juneteenth is a federal holiday in the U.S. commemorating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans, and it is observed on June 19th every year. We have the head of the City of Laurel's Juneteenth Committee with us here today. We have Mr. Ron Peterson, who is the chair of the committee, and Ms. Sandra Shute, Sandra Shute, the vice chair. So let's start with some information about Juneteenth to give some, history and background about Juneteenth. Share with us about the actual holiday.
Okay.
Fantastic. Well, first of all, thank you for having us here. It's a long time journey getting to this particular point to sit down with you guys here and share with our community, Laurel community, in terms of what we're doing. So the history of Juneteenth started back under President Lincoln in 1863 when he decided to, or the politicians at that time decided to come up with this, what they call the Emancipation Proclamation, which was a part of the document that ended the Civil War. Now, it happened in 1863. Right. And of course, back then, there were no Instagram, telegrams,
right.
internet. I don't even think they were even wireless service or whatever. And so the actual holiday is 1865 in Galveston, Texas. So the proclamation was set in 1863, and it took them 2 years to get to Galveston, Texas. And so at that particular point is when the holiday actually came into effect in June 19 of 1863. Okay. And so it actually was a celebration. It wasn't even recognized as a holiday back then. And now, some years later, folks decided to say, hey. Well, I'm going to drop an interesting fact or some numbers. It's equally as important to talk about the holiday, but the whole notion of slavery, the Middle Passage, is 12.5 million of those who were taken from the continent. 10 million change were left here in the United States. So just want to add that to the conversation.
We'd like information. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, and to add to that, it was not until 2021 where the bill was passed to acknowledge and celebrate Juneteenth. And so last year, the City of Laurel had our first Juneteenth celebration, which took place on June 19th. And the governor signed, making it a state holiday as well, where you get to take off on June 19th. Right. And there's part of in Maryland, and so he signed the bill in 2022. So now Maryland, we actually we have the time off to partake in the celebration of Juneteenth.
Right, and just like the MLK holiday, like not a day off, but like you said, to celebrate and to commemorate and get information about the holiday. So tell us what this means to you as committee members and why you think this is important.
For me, it is. Honestly, it's just an honor to be able to celebrate our ancestors. I'm originally from Haiti, so for those who don't know, Haiti is full of rich of history itself. We were the first Black nation to free ourselves from slavery, from France, and so being in America, growing up in America, being able to celebrate being able to celebrate with people like us. People that look like us, and it's a wonderful experience. We are excited, and so when the City of Laurel called upon us to serve, we were excited to be able to be appointed to be a part of this committee. So we've only been existing for 2 years, but it feels like it's been a lifetime. We have active committee members who are putting in the work, who are putting in the time to be able to serve the City of Laurel.
Sounds good, and good transition. So as we talk about the committee and the things that you are doing, share with us about the activities that you have planned, the meetings that you have. Just tell us all about the committee. So, and one thing, like you said, that the city called upon you to do it, but Umi mentioned earlier how if you see a need and you see things happening, that you as constituents and members reach out and say, how can I help? So share with us like how the committee was born and then what we can do to help the committee.
Okay. Good. For me, I just want to add that it's a time of healing not only celebration.
Okay.
And that was very much important for me, time of healing and education. So whatever that I could bring to that environment relative to healing on all sides. So we're reaching out to the entire community, you know, not just the former slaves. We're also reaching out to the former slave masters as well, such that we can come together, you know, talk about these things, because until we really heal, the community can't really get together. So that's what it meant to me. And so it's an organizing effort. Coming from New York, relocating here, been involved in community activities and development and stuff like that, it becomes organizing. And so we're using this opportunity, the holiday, the celebration, celebrating that so-called victory in terms of Emancipation Proclamation, the freedom of the slaves and all that, but to also highlight the importance for us to, you know, really heal. You know, come together and heal, because, and I use that term because until we can really do that, we can't turn the corner.
Right.
And that's why we have the atrocities that go on, and that's why, you know, we look at things, we call it this, we call it that. It's really because of the illness that, you know, folks on both sides have been carrying around for years. So.
Okay.
Again, as you mentioned earlier, this is a volunteer effort.
Yes.
And so we are always calling upon the citizens of Laurel. Please join us. We are in need of volunteers. You know, we can't just do it ourselves. We are an 11-member committee, so we're just doing the prep work. But we also need members of the community to step up. So if you would like to volunteer, give up your time, especially on the day of the program, please email Laurel Juneteenth Committee at gmail.com. If you would like to be a volunteer at the day of service, please contact us. We definitely need you. All hands on deck to make this happen.
Also, if I might add, we do need some before, you know, before then as well, because we still got some literature to pass out. We still want to knock on a few doors. We have virtual meetings every Wednesday up until the time of the event at 6 o'clock. It's posted on Laurel Community Board. They can also contact the emails if they want to, you know, join the meeting and what have you. On the what day is that? The last Wednesday in May, we're going to, God willing, and it doesn't rain, we're going to meet at the Gould Park at the bandstand to kind of, you know, go through the last day. So that's also a good time for those who are interested in volunteering. But don't wait until then.
Exactly. So there's work to be done beforehand.
Yes.
And like in different areas, we mentioned partners, volunteers, vendors, all different areas.
Yes, we are definitely thankful for Prosperity Clinic, who this year decided to partner up with us. We're so excited to have them, but it doesn't have to end with Prosperity Clinic. We are calling on our community, you know, our community shops. You know, when we're walking down up on Main Street, there's so many different shops, there's so many things, and there's so many other organizations in our community. So again, it is not too late. If you want to partner up with us or sponsor, you know, please email us at laureljuneteethcommittee@gmail.com if you want. It's not too late if you want to join in the celebration.
Okay, and just while I'm speaking to the actual details about the event, so the date, the time, and the location, again, if you want to share that. Now, do you all have a Facebook page?
So yes, we do have a Facebook page.
We want to share all ways to be able to get in touch with you.
We do have a Facebook page. It is the City of Laurel Juneteenth Celebration Facebook page. We are also on Instagram at Laurel Juneteenth, so you can follow us there. And if you are on Twitter, we are at LR Juneteenth. So please follow us. And, you know, comment, share our marketing information so that we can get everyone out to the park for our Juneteenth celebration.
Also, if you have pictures from last year, because we were out there last year, if you have any pictures, anything that can add to the content of the page, please do that as well.
And the actual date this year is the 17th.
It's the 17th.
Right? Okay.
It's Saturday. We wanted to ensure that we could have full participation as opposed to the 19th. That falls on that Monday. And so we, Saturday. Also, last year we had it on Father's Day, which was, you know, learning from experience and being out there. So we said, okay, let's have it on Saturday, such that, you know, ideally, it's a family event. Children of all ages. We'll have games. We're going to have face painting. We have ideally One of the vendors, the game vendor, is going to do some interesting games out there on that day. Our partners, we're going to have some popcorn.
It's a celebration. There will be lots of activities. I am the subcommittee chair for our programming, as well as the subcommittee chair for our marketing. So it's been a busy time for us. We have part of the program we wanted to also highlight our community members. So we have local pastors who's coming in to bless the event. We also are going to have a libation, to commemorate our, and highlight our ancestors. So we have someone doing that. We have someone coming in to sing, lift every voice and sing. So it is a jam-packed program. We are going to highlight, of course, members of our city council. There's so many people. We're trying to highlight some of our young people in the area, Laurel High School. So if there are any students who are doing major things, please contact us. We want to highlight you. So again, contact us at our email, and so we want to make sure that we show what the City Laurel is all about, and what our community members are doing.
Also, Malcolm X drummers and dancers. We can't forget them. I mean, they perform all around Laurel and other areas, so we're blessed to have them back, and that should be an interesting, bringing the, our history full circle. So it wasn't just, what was performed here, was what was performed back in the continent as well.
We're doing kite flying. We have
Really?
The kids, kite flying,
exactly.
Face. I mean, we just wanted to make sure that we are including everyone, young, old, our millennials. We want you at the park too. We're going to have a DJ. Don't think this is not for you. It is for everyone. It is a family event. All are welcome. So please bring the children, bring your preteens, bring your millennials. Come on and join us at the park for this wonderful event.
Bring your grandparents, like you said, it's for everybody. I love it.
Bring your picnic blankets, bring your lawn chairs.
That's right.
We're going to have food out there. There's going to be plenty of vendors out there. So, there'll be food, there'll be activities, there will be something for everyone. So we're excited for that.
Sounds great. So you guys, thank you for joining. Again, Juneteenth is about the history of the emancipation, the knowledge. We definitely want to make sure our children know about the history and things that are going on so they can prepare for the future. Look forward to a great event. Thank you all for joining us today, and I hope you get many, many more volunteers to help you pull off this wonderful event.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
for having us on.
Thank you, Laurel TV, for having us. Thank you. So again, if you would like to get more information about our City of Laurel Juneteenth celebration, you can find us on Facebook at the City of Laurel Juneteenth Celebration. We are also on Instagram at Laurel Juneteenth, and you can also find us on Twitter at LR Juneteenth. We look forward to seeing you.
Today we have with us Miss Umi Modesti and Mr. Troy Griffith. So community members or committee members, like I mentioned. So share with us, so I'll talk about your position first, Umi. You are a committee member that is on the programming committee and a volunteer coordinator.
Yes, I recently was benighted as the volunteer coordinator about 40 minutes ago. Because I have invited people to come and get involved with the Juneteenth committee. The way I got involved, Christine, was last year I went to the Juneteenth celebration, and it was the first one in the city of Laurel, which was very exciting. And I went to Councilman Keith Sidnor and said, how can I be involved for next year? I'm a relatively new transplant to Laurel from the New York City tri-state area. And so I wanted to see Juneteenth celebrated here the way I've seen it celebrated in New York State.
Great, and that's exactly what we need. Like, you see a need or you see something going on, just reach out and participate. I think that's a great example of doing that.
Right, don't complain if you're not going to join and help.
Exactly. So you want to share with us what you do? You mentioned programming committee and volunteer.
Yes, so on the Juneteenth committee, we are a strong, small, but mighty group. And so what I primarily do is I work with programming. I worked with our vice chair, Ms. Sandra Shute, to develop the program for the committee. So the way the day is going to work is we'll have some speakers and performers early in the afternoon.
Okay.
And then there's celebration, food vendors, etc. So we, Sandra and I work together to invite people to speak or to perform. We have an assistant pastor from New Life Church, which is my church,
Okay.
who will come and do the invocation at the top of the afternoon. So that was primarily my role. And then, as I said a few minutes ago, I was given the title of volunteer coordinator, mainly because I was at Main Street Festival on Saturday.
Talking to people.
Talking to people and saying, you know, we still need volunteers. So if you're interested, just come. And so now I'm the volunteer coordinator.
Sounds good. Now, about the programming, how do you decide what type of activities and things that you include in the program?
Well, we really went by what we did last year and then fleshed it out a little bit more. So each year it will grow. We're still very new. This is only the second year that the city of Laurel is celebrating Juneteenth. This year it will be on Saturday, June 17th from 12 to noon in Laurel Lakes Good Park. And we looked at what we did last year and added a little bit more. We don't want it to be too much. We don't want the programming to be too heavy. We don't want, it's not a show or a lecture, so we don't want people just sitting on the grass staring at the stage.
Okay.
We want them to have fun, we want them to get information, and we want people to understand that the celebration of Juneteenth is very important, and it's not just about the food vendors or the performers. It's important for people to understand that this is a celebration of Black freedom in Laurel.
Exactly. I think that's important because, like I said, some people may know and then some people may still not know. So it's important to educate our community and our children so we understand where we come from.
Exactly.
Okay. So, not to be left out, Troy, how are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having us.
Okay, so it says that you are the secretary of the committee and then you handle the vendors. So tell us about what you do with the committee.
Yes, I don't know how I'll follow up Omi's intro, but she mentioned the hours are from 12 to noon and 12 to 4 p.m. And obviously, you know, we want kids to come out there to understand what Juneteenth is about. But as mentioned, I'm the secretary. We meet every single week. So we usually start in September. But this year, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Omi, we started in January. And every single week we meet. I take notes. Shout out to all the secretaries out there because it's right, exactly. You know, also I connect the vendors, reach out to vendors, and the most important thing is for vendors to start reaching out to us as we get close to June 17th. And that we teamed up with Prosperity Clinic, which is right here in Laurel on Baltimore Avenue. They're a partner. We don't see them as a vendor; they're a partner of the organization. So my role in the committee is to reach out to vendors. Food vendors, obviously, because if you're going to come party, you need to eat, you need to drink. Right. Arts, authors, you know, we take everyone. So
okay,
yes.
so that was going to be my next question. Like, what are you looking for? Are there any vendors that you are not looking for? They wouldn't be able to participate in this event?
You know, you don't want to say you're going to
Right,
push
right.
anyone out, but I know with Laurel Lakes, I know Department of Parks and Rec, there is no drinking of alcohol on the
Okay.
ground. So other than that, everyone is welcomed. It's a family-friendly event, so do with that as you may.
Totally right.
And
Reach
the
out to
vendor
you.
fees are very reasonable.
Yes, the vendor fee. It's I'm putting on the spot. It's between $50 and $75. If you're an informational booth, you're a nonprofit, it's free. So
So that just gives them a reason to call you to get more information, right? To get
for
the
sure,
specific
exactly.
information.
Yes.
Okay. And then you all mentioned family friendly. Are there any activities that you want to share particular to children or families, anything like that?
Well, we're definitely looking for vendors to come out. Maybe they want to do face painting or things like that for children, games. Absolutely, people who have those types of businesses are definitely invited to come and be vendors. Their fee would only be $75. Again, actually, no, if they're not selling food, it would only be $50.
Okay.
So the email is laureljuneteenthcommittee@gmail.com. laureljuneteenthcommittee@gmail.com. If you're interested in vending, please send an email, or if you want to volunteer, please send us an email and one of us will definitely respond, because we do need more volunteers, and we certainly have space, right, for
Yes,
more
correct.
vendors.
Yes.
Okay. So like you said, it sounds like new. It's just a couple years, and we are open. You're open to different things, and like you said, reach out, because this is how you make the event yours, and this is how you participate and become a part of the community. So I think that's the main thing we want to share. Let people know that this is open to everyone, and to come out and share.
Yes.
And,
Yes, it's absolutely free. There's no admission fee. Just show up at Laurel Lakes Good Park. That's right off of Cherry Lane. Just come out, find a place to park. Or if you can walk, that's even better, because parking is a little bit tricky over there. It's from 12 to 4, and everyone is invited.
Okay. And just lastly, anything else you want to share? Anything I missed?
Some of the volunteers, one of the things we were trying to do is recruit school-age children, elementary school, junior high school. So we welcome those as volunteers as well, because they're living in the community. This community will be their future, so we want them to be a part of it
So
as
a way to
well.
attract them, are you giving community service hours?
Shout out to the principals that's going to decide that. So yeah, but of course, yes.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great idea. But see, that's what we mean. We need people to come in and give us other ideas, fresh ideas. We definitely want to have a younger demographic represented on the committee next year.
Right.
I think Troy is the youth on the committee this year.
That's why she put you on the spot.
But seriously, we really do. We want to have younger people join the committee so that we have a wide age range and range of interests on the committee to represent the demographic in the community.
Sounds great. Well, thank you all for being here. I look forward to the event itself, and hopefully you will get some turnout and some volunteers to make this the wonderful event that it should be.
Can I say the Gmail one more time?
Yes, of course.
Please email us at laureljuneteenthcommittee@gmail.com, and the event is June 17th. That's a Saturday from noon to 4 p.m. at Laurel Lakes Good Park.
Okay. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for watching this episode of Community Conversations.